All right, what is going on? Today is day 6 of the attitude of gratitude up until Thanksgiving. But quite frankly, as I already mentioned, I do this every single morning anyway. But I've got a few of the doozies that the things that I really want to share with you that I'm truly grateful for that I think maybe some of you might resonate with. Who knows? But anyhow, as the title says today, those times I defied death. And there's many times I can't quite frankly go over all of them at all. But I'll go over, I think I've got about 5 or 6 written down here, and I'm going to do it pretty quick. But the first one that I can recall, and actually I can't technically recall it, I was just told this years later, is the time that my dad, we were at the Phoenix Zoo, and I was just a baby. And we were visiting the Phoenix Zoo, my dad, my mom, and there's an alligator exhibition there. You can probably see where I'm going with this. If anybody out there ever had a chance to know my dad, and I know some of my high school friends did for sure, you'd know he was a little hippie. He was out there, just party animal type of guy. And my mom wasn't looking, and my dad wanted me to get a better view of the alligators, so he basically hung me upside down by 1 foot over the alligator pit. And now that I think about it, really, the near-death experience was quite frankly my dad, because my mom damn near killed. I'm sure she wanted to kill my dad because of that. So after that, several years later, I think I was about in 3rd or 4th grade, so I was probably about 9 years old. Because I got held back in 3rd grade. That's something a lot of people don't know. I did 3rd grade twice. That explains a lot. So I think it was 4th grade, Halloween night, had to go get some plastic teeth from the convenience store, from Circle K or something, for my Halloween costume. My Halloween costume was a Glad garbage bag. So it was my cape. The big black Glad garbage bag was my cape. And I needed some teeth, so we went and got some 5-cent, 10-cent teeth from the store, Circle K. And as we're turning a left-hand corner, kind of close to my house, still on the main highway, I fell out of my dad's truck, flew out, and my dad skid sideways, making sure he wasn't going to run me over. And I rolled a couple times. He stopped. I got up. I crawled into the truck next to my brother. Actually, my brother jumped out and ran home because he was scared, because home wasn't too far away. And he got home before we did and told mom everything that had happened. And she once again lost her mind, as moms do, God bless them. Survived that. And then, of course, many other things happened throughout my teenage life. I don't even know how I survived through teenage life, let alone young adulthood. Joined the Army, go airborne, had a close call twice. On a jump, went through the trees on one, hit a bunker on another, basically stole each other's air with another jumper. Too technical, I don't want to get into it right now, but bottom line is I ended up the one on top, which is not a good thing because basically the bottom parachute was taking my air. And by the time the air, we were close to the ground because it was a low jump that night, and I hit the ground hard, real hard. And I laid there for a while and almost didn't get up. The next one after that was, goodness, man. I'll tell you I'll skip over one. I'll skip over the next one because that was a doozy. But the other one was in Iraq. Had a close call with a mortar round. I was driving a vehicle, a regular civilian type GMC type truck, windows up, and mortar round hit really close to the truck, and I felt the percussion. I wasn't knocked out, but it was close enough to where it kind of stunned me. And I was always on ranges and stuff like that, mortar round ranges, all kinds of stuff. So I already had kind of some hearing problems, but that's part of the reason why I now wear hearing aids, sometimes because of my tinnitus gets so bad from that one. And another one that happened just before I got the opportunity to be a first sergeant in a medical company or a battalion, 1st Med Brigade, is I came up every year. We have to get tested for what is it? Now I'm drawing a blank. We have to get tested for tuberculosis. And I came up positive that year, and it kind of made sense because I had just come back from Hawaii. I traveled to Japan and Korea quite often on those tight planes, and it was possible that I had had received tuberculosis. So without them double checking to see if I truly had tuberculosis, they put me on this medication called INH. Now, INH is the same medication that is used for HIV patients and stuff like that to try to help the immune system. And I was supposed to stay on this stuff for like 6 months to kind of make sure that the tuberculosis stayed dormant, and then I would be okay, right? Well, it almost killed me. I mean, literally almost killed me. I had every one of my joints. I already have joint problems as it is, but all my joints were inflamed. I couldn't hardly sleep at night. I was in cold sweat all freaking night. My wife had to cover me up. I had to put plastic underneath the towels that I was sleeping on because there was so much sweat. And then I would wake up and I couldn't even reach my arms up to put my shirt on, put my boots on. I had to go to work. And I was like that for almost 2 months before they figured out that, surprisingly enough, they figured out that I'm like 0.1% of the population that reacts this way to that drug INH. And they took me off of it. It took about another month for me to completely kind of get back to normal, because I still have major joint pain, which is one of the big issues that I deal with. So that's basically, in a nutshell. There's many, many more examples of me defying death. And the reason why, I always want to share why that is important to me and why I'm so grateful for those experiences, because each one of those experiences has helped me grow. That event, from the pain that I was in so much, it truly gave me an appreciation for people who suffer as a medic, because I was a medic for 25 years. And many times I was unsympathetic to many of the ailments. But for people who suffer from migraines, any type of chronic pain, I couldn't imagine living like that for the rest of my life with that level of pain. And the pain was excruciating. I'm telling you, it was so bad. Even when I broke my foot, I explained yesterday, when I broke my foot on that road march, that was extremely painful, but that was in my foot. This pain was throughout my entire body, every joint in my body. Even my fingers and my feet and my hips, everything was in so much pain. It was excruciating. So the reason why I'm grateful for that is because I grew more and more each time from each one of those experiences. I became more resilient, and I became more compassionate towards people, specifically with that one that with all the pain. The other one, hey, dads, don't hang your kids over alligator pit. That's some free advice there. You're welcome. All right. So I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to be traveling a little bit tomorrow, but I'll try to get this in early, and so that we can get it done. And put down below, what are you grateful for today? What are you grateful for today, and why? Why are you grateful for what you're grateful for today? All right. Take care.